Shondell Jackson. Occasionally, a courtroom can become very dramatic when a sentence is read. However, the reaction in this 2010 case, in which Seandell Jackson received his sentencing, is insane. He was convicted of first-degree planned homicide and robbery of University of Wisconsin student Nathan Potter. He and Derek Thomas attempted to rob Potter, who was walking home to his apartment, and shot him to death. Potter wasn't carrying any money, but the convict showed no remorse or sorrow during the trial over Potter's death or his crime, as well as even smiled at the victim's family at one point when Jackson was escorted out of the courtroom. Potter's father, John, addressed the judge during the trial and said, "Judge, there is nothing that can be said to bring back Nathan. However, he asked for punishment to fit the horrific crime." Mr. Potter asked the judge, "Is there such a thing as pure evil? We think so." And after being sentenced to life in jail with no chance of parole, Shondell grew violent, cursing at the judge. Jackson had to be controlled by officers who utilized pepper spray. The police in the courtroom acted quickly. As the news reporter stated, that as if they anticipated it, that they did because of the killer's actions during his trial. Jennifer Mee. A woman from Florida whose non-stop hiccups vaulted her into the public spotlight, only to be trapped later in a man's death, was found guilty of first-degree murder. Jennifer Mee wept after the verdict was read in a Florida court, sometimes holding her head in her hands. She cried as she was led out of the room to a jail cell. Pinellas County's Judge Lay sentenced Mee to life in prison without parole and informed her Mee had 30 days to appeal. The police said she met Shannon Griffin on a social networking site, then lured him to a vacant home days later. The authorities do not believe Mee or Griffin, a Walmart employee who had recently moved, knew each other before their online encounter. Mee led Griffin to the back, where two men, Lamont Newton and LaRon Rayford, were armed and waiting, authorities said. Griffin was killed after being shot multiple times. Mee, Newton, and Rayford all had been living together, according to police. All three suspects were arrested hours after the victim's body was found. All three convicts were charged with first-degree murder, even Jennifer, even though police signaled she didn't pull the trigger. The spotlight on the convict after the arrest and during her trial stood in contrast to the attention she got in 2007. That's when Jennifer earned the nickname Hiccup Girl for having hiccups lasting more than a month, even appearing multiple times on NBC. When her hiccups faded, Mee continued to draw attention. In 2007, local media reported she ran away from home. In 2010, St. Petersburg police issued a missing person report for Mee, Dylan Schumaker, a teenager from Springville who fatally beat his girlfriend's 23-month-old son, told a judge that he did not intend to kill the toddler. Dylan Shoemaker gave a tearful apology to his 19-year-old girlfriend in a Buffalo courtroom. Jurors who convicted Shoemaker of second-degree murder didn't buy it. Neither did the state Supreme Court. He sentenced the convict to 25 years in prison, the maximum punishment. Dylan previously testified he put a pillow on the back of Austin's head and punched it to stop him from crying. The March attack occurred while he was babysitting Austin and Austin's 3-month-old brother. Shoemaker lived with his mother and Ashley Smith and her two sons in his mother's home on Cochrane Avenue. The judge called the trial testimony gut-wrenching. Witnesses described the attack and Austin's extensive head injuries that led to brain bleeding and the toddler's death. During his trial, Shoemaker told the jury that he slapped Austin's face and spanked him when he spat out his food and used an obscenity.
I didn't mean to kill Austin. Ashley, I really didn't. I really think I did that. I didn't mean to hurt him. I can't take back what was done. I wish I could. I would give my life for Austin.
He also admitted he slammed the boy's head on the floor while changing his diaper as the child tried to get up, and that he later put a pillow over the back of his head and punched it 3 times because he was afraid that the boy would wake up his baby brother. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you found today's video interesting, then be sure to leave us a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always up to date with the most exciting content as soon as it is uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.